Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Sarasvati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Satgurum Brahma Vidvaram Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam Paramananda Madhavam. Okay, let us read the verses that we covered last time. We're going to read verses 23 to 26. Okay? Yepyanya devata bhaktaha yajante shraddhayanvitaha tepi mameva kaunteya yajantya vidhi purvakam. Aham hi sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhureva cha natu mam abhijananti tatvenatascha vanti te. Yanti deva vrata devan pitranyanti pitravrataha bhutani yanti bhutejyaha yanti madhyajinopi mam. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhaktyupahritam ashnami prayatatmanaha. Okay, so we saw these verses leading up to the secret of bhakti, right? And Bhagwan Sri Krishna says, listen, whoever you worship, actually you are worshipping me alone. So there's no need to go to limited forms of deities asking things. And not definitely not to the world, not to worship money, worship power, worship fame, not to worship those things, not to worship people, politicians, stars, famous people, not to worship them, and definitely not to worship all of these deities as themselves, as limited beings. No need to worship all of them, but worship me. Worship me. Here, Bhagwan Krishna is referring to Ishwarah. Worship me as that ultimate creator, sustainer, dissolver of the world. So if we pray to Surya Devata, pray to Surya Devata as that Ishwara or Brahman. Nothing wrong in that. If we pray to Varuna Devata, pray to Varuna Devata as Ishwara or Brahman. Nothing wrong with that. So if we are praying to deities, see that deity as Ishwara or Brahman, because Bhagavan says everything, all of those deities, I am that. They all get their power from me. They all get their everything from me. I am the source. And when we worship those deities, all of that worship goes to Ishwara alone. Akashat patitam toyam yatha gacchati sagaram sarvadeva namaskaraha keshavam prati gacchati. So all of the water that falls, all of them in the river, it all goes to the ocean. Like that, all worship that we do goes to Ishwarah. So Sri Krishna says, just worship me as Ishwarah, as that divine Lord of all beings, from which everything has come, into which everything is sustained, and into which everything dissolves. He also says, so I am the source of everything. If you worship any deity, it comes to me anyway. So worship me anyway. And it takes the same amount of effort. If we are worshipping limited deities and we're worshipping Ishwara, it takes the same amount of effort. So why not put your effort to me who is infinite so that you get infinite results? Why unnecessarily are we worshipping the finite? When we worship Bhagwan, we get everything. So no need to say, I will worship this deity only for knowledge. I will worship this deity only for wealth. I will worship this deity only for brilliance. Worship Bhagwan and whatever we need will come. Now, if we worship the infinite, and that will give us infinite results, it must be infinitely hard to worship the infinite, right? That's where we left off. Bhagavan says, it is very easy to worship me. Patram pushpam phalam toyam. This is the secret of bhakti, is that all we need is patram, a leaf, pushpam, a flower, phalam, a fruit, toyam, water. Very, very simple things are needed. Now, some might ask, before we go into beautiful examples and stories of each, some might ask, why is it important? Why should we offer a fruit? Why should we offer a flower, a leaf, water? Why? Why should we keep an altar there in the house? Why? See, our most important relationship in this entire world is with who? It's with Bhagavan. All our relationships, they come and go, right? We become a parent when children are there. You become a spouse when you get married. You become a worker when you start working. You become a friend when you befriend somebody. So all of our relationships really have a start point and an end point. All of them. They're like waves relating to the wave. But that relationship with Ishwara is timeless. It's from beginningless time. We've always had that connection. We've always had that relationship because innately we are one. So it's not based on any person. It's not based on any circumstance. When this happened, we got into a relationship. It's not based on a time, on a circumstance. When we moved here, we got into a relationship. Our relationship with Ishwara has always been there. Ishwara meaning God, Lord of the universe. Always been there. But what happens is we forget. We forget our most important relationship with God because we get busy in day-to-day life. So yes, it is not required for us to go to temples. It is not required for us to have an altar at home. But at the same time, it is. Because we forget our relationship with God. We forget our connection. So at least when I offer a fruit or a leaf, I'm able to build that relationship. I'm able to remember, hey, I have a relationship with God. Our relationship with God cannot just be, hi, bye, gotta go. I'll chant your name once. No. Any relationship becomes alive when we offer something to that person, when we spend quality time, when we sing praises of that being. In the same way, we have to cultivate a relationship with Bhagwan, with Ishwarah. We have to cultivate that because we have forgotten about it. Our lives have been so busy that the most important relationship, the relationship of the wave with the water, we forgot. So this is a way for us to remember that yes, I am connected to God. Another reason this is so important is because we have become very fascinated with the world. Bhakti Yoga is really important because we are fascinated with the sights of the world. We want to keep seeing the world, keep going here and going there. We want to keep hearing things of the world. We want to keep speaking about things of the world, talking about events, about politics, about movies, about gatherings. We want to keep interacting with people of the world. Well, if our eyes and our ears, our speech, our interactions are so focused on the world, and we have to realize that ultimate reality which is beyond the world, it's too difficult. We're fully engrossed in the world, and we have to go beyond the world. It's too difficult to go from here to there. So bhakti is a midpoint by where I can tell my eyes, instead of seeing the beauty of the world, see it in God. See how beautiful God's form is. Instead of hearing all of the things about the world, I can say, hear katha, hear stories, hear songs, hear praises, hear that. Instead of interacting with people in the world, I can interact with bhaktas, seekers. And instead of speaking all of these unnecessary things in the world, I can speak stuti, words of praise. And when I do that, my senses become so divinized and so purified that they are now ready to turn within. So this is why cultivating a relationship with Bhagavan is important. Not only that I'm able to name an Ishta Devata, this is my Ishta Devata. No, bring that Ishta Devata to your heart. Yeah? This is my Ishta Devata. This is who I worship. Bring that Ishta Devata to your heart and let that Ishta Devata become alive. That by which the Lord becomes alive in your heart is called bhakti. That by which all you see is actually that Lord, all you see, that's called bhakti. And how does that start? Patram, pushpam, phalam, toyam. So now with Patram, there's a story. I know last time I told you a story, right? Of Rukmini and Satyabhama. There's a story of a hunter. I'm sure some of you would have heard this story, but the end is something that I also did not know. I had gone to see in Shiva Purana, and very nicely how it's narrated there. The hunter was, his family is very hungry, so he went in the forest to hunt. And he went to, start to look for animals near a pond. Because obviously they will come to the pond, I'm sure, to drink water. So he said, I should stay here. He climbed up a tree, he took some water from the pond, he climbed up a tree, and this was a bilva tree. He didn't know it was a bilva tree, he didn't know. And it also happened to be the night of Shivaratri, he also didn't know. But that night he had to hunt because what to do? His family was hungry. So the first part of the night, a female deer came. And when he was taking his bow and arrow to shoot at that deer, what happened? Some leaves, bilva leaves fell, some water fell. And he didn't know there's a Shivalinga in the bottom. Okay, he didn't know. But when he took his arrow to shoot, all of that fell on that Shivalinga. And the deer said, "What are you doing?" And he said, "My family needs food and I have to take your life." And she said, "Wait, please give me a chance. I have young ones. I will go and put them in the care of their father, and then I will come back to you." He said, "How sure am I that you will come back?" She said, "I am a believer of truth. I only speak the truth. So I take a vow, I will come back." So he said, "Okay, you go." Then the second part of the night, the sister of the deer came, because she was also looking like, where is my sister? So she came near the pond. The hunter said, "That first deer didn't come. I will take this deer." Again, he took his arrow, and when he started to aim at her, leaves fell and water fell. Automatically just fell. And the deer said, "What are you doing?" And he said, "Now I need to take your life because my family has to eat." She said, "You please wait. I will come back. I have to take care of my children and charge them to their father. I will come back." He said, "I have heard this before." She said, yes, I promise, I will come back. You will see me back." He said, "Fine." Well, this was the second part of the night. Now, third part of the night, he cannot sleep because he has not hunted. He's on the tree. It's late night. The husband of the deer comes. Husband comes. And again, he takes his arrow about to shoot. And the tree, the leaves fall, water falls. And the husband says, "What are you doing?" And he says, "I need to take your life." Same thing. And the husband says, "Wait, I need to tell my family. I will come back for sure." This hunter said, "Now these deer, I don't know what's wrong with these deer. They're all the same. But okay, fine, go." Now the husband went back, and all of them were together. All of them were together. It was the husband, and he had two wives. And they said, this is, they all talked about the hunter. All of them actually went to the hunter. The husband, the wife's sister, they all had gone to the hunter. So they said, what to do? They said, "We have all promised, so we will all go together to the hunter. 3 of us will go. We leave the children with the neighbor deers." The children said, "We are not staying without you." So the whole family went to the hunter. A whole deer family went to the hunter. Hunter, now this is the fourth part of the night. Hunter was very happy. Okay, now I have all this deer. The fourth part of the night, he took his arrow, was about to shoot all of them. And then before he was shooting, again, leaves, bilva leaves, and water fell. He was about to shoot his arrow, he couldn't shoot. He said, "What is this? What am I doing? How can I take their lives? They are also a family. They also have a family like I have a family. This is not right. I need to stop." And he put down his bow and arrow, and he told all of them, "Go. And the deer were so touched. And before the hunter came the form of Bhagwan Shiva. Because after all, it was Shivaratri, and the Bilva Patra leaves were falling on the Shivalinga with water. And Bhagwan Shiva said, "I bless you because you did my worship on Shivaratri." He said, "I didn't even know." Bhagavan Shiva said, "It doesn't matter if you know or you don't know, but you offered me that simple leaf and that simple water. I bless you that you, in your next birth, you will be called Guha. And you will live in the forest. and you will be blessed by the sight of Lord Rama. And that's where you will meet him. So that Bhagwan Shiva blessed him and blessed the deer also, and he became Guha. So just see, how did that happen? Patram. Leaf. Just a leaf. He didn't know. Then Pushpam. Now Pushpam, I know there's so many stories. And I'm sure you've heard the story of Gajendra, right? In Srimad Bhagavatam, where he offers a lotus to Bhagwan Vishnu, seeking refuge to release him from a crocodile. But there's also a story of Bhima and Arjuna, where Arjuna used to offer flowers, thousands of flowers to Lord Shiva. They used to chant Lord Shiva's names and offer flowers. And Bhima, as though he didn't do any worship. He just loved to eat. But one thing he loved to do before he ate, would close his eyes and pray to Bhagwan Shiva for a few minutes with intense concentration. And that's all he did. And Arjuna used to always look down at Bhima. I'm doing worship of 1,000 flowers. I'm chanting all of these names, but this Bhima, I don't know what he's doing. So Sri Krishna sensed the pride of Arjuna and said, Arjuna, let's go for a walk. And they went for a walk and they saw this person with a cart full of flowers. And Arjuna said, where are you going? He said, I have no time to speak to you. I gotta go. Again, they saw this person with a cart of thousands of flowers. Arjuna said, where are you going? He said, I can only talk to Bhima. And Arjuna said, what? Bhima? He said, yes. I can only talk to Bhima because Bhima's worship is so pure that every time he closes his eyes and offers prayers to Lord Shiva, 1,000 flowers are offered to Lord Shiva on his behalf. Because his prayer is so pure. So pure. And then Arjuna got the message that even if he is actually offering 1,000 flowers, that is nothing. Bhima, who is not offering 1,000 flowers, but offering 2-3 minutes of intense focus with humility and purity, that was offering 1,000 flowers. That was how Sri Krishna taught Arjuna. So Pushpam, just a simple flower. Now, Phalam, that story of Shabri, everybody knows that she eats the berry before she gives it to Sri Rama. But there's also the story of Vidurani. So when Sri Krishna was there, he went to the palace of Duryodhana to try and make peace for the Kauravas and Pandavas. Duryodhana wanted to invite him to a great grand feast. Sri Krishna said, no, I am not eating in your house. I'm not eating there. I am eating in the house of Vidura. And so Sri Krishna went to the house of Vidura. But Vidura went to the grocery. He went to the market to get some things. So he knocked on the door of Vidura. Vidura. He knocked on the door. Vidura wasn't there, only his wife Vidurani. So Vidurani opens the door and she was stunned to see Sri Krishna. Because before that, the whole day she was thinking, When Sri Krishna comes, this is where I will make him sit. This is where I will offer him food. This is what I will offer him to drink. This is the cloth that I will give him. This is how I will wash his feet. The whole day, she was just thinking of Sri Krishna, thinking of Sri Krishna. That when Sri Krishna came to her house, she was stunned. She didn't know what to do. She said, okay, Sri Krishna, please sit, please sit. And now Vidura had gone to the market. So what to offer? So she found in her kitchen some bananas. And she took those bananas and she kept them beside Vidura. Not Vidura, Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna. She kept them beside Sri Krishna. And she kept them beside Sri Krishna. And she was peeling the banana. She's peeling the banana, thinking that she'll offer Sri Krishna peeled banana. But because she was so lost in Sri Krishna's face, in his presence, she fed Sri Krishna the peel. So she would peel the banana, she would feed the peel to Lord Krishna, and she would throw the banana. She would peel the banana, she would feed the peel to Lord Krishna, and then she would throw the banana. And when Vidura came home, he said, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And she said, "I'm feeding Sri Krishna." And he said, "You are feeding him the peel and not the banana." And Sri Krishna didn't say anything. He just kept eating. And he said, "I love the taste of the peel because it is offered with love. I love the taste of the peel more than the taste of the banana." So because she offered with all her heart, Sri Krishna took it. Phala, fruit. So patram, pushpam, phalam, toyam. Toyam, there was this hunter. His name was Ganapa. I don't know if you heard about it. His name is Ganapa. I'm going to read to you, I'll share with you a verse from Shivananda Lahiri. How he worshipped, we can just see. Okay, this is the verse here. It says, Margavartita paduka pashupate rangasya kurchayate gandu shambu nishechanam puraripur divyabhishekayate kinchid bhakshita mamsashesha kabalam navyopaharayate Bhakti kim na karotyaho vanacharo bhaktavatam sayate. Now this Kanapa, what did he do? He used to put his sandals on the Shivalinga. Marga vartita paduka. His padukas he would put in the Shivalinga. And Gandu Shambuni Shechanam. He had no water to offer Shiva, so he first tried to take water in his hands, but it kept falling. He took it in his mouth, and then boom, he offered it like that. With that, he offered the Abhisheka. And because he was a hunter, what food did he offer it? Kinchit bhakshitam mamsam, tasted pieces of remaining meat. This is what he offered. And so it says here in Shivananda Lahiri, what is it that devotion cannot do? So this Ganapa, he used to worship like this only. And see, a Brahmana made that Shivalinga, okay? He made that Shivalinga in the forest. When he saw the worship of Ganapa, he was so disgusted because there was meat and everything around it. He cleaned all of that. The next day again, Ganapa worshipped like that. He put the meat there, he carried the water, the toyam in his mouth, and he did abhisheka like that. And this Brahmana was so disgusted. Parvati Devi was saying, Bhagwan Shiva, how is it that you're taking this worship? How can you take this worship from this bhakta? And Bhagwan said, just watch my bhakta. And that linga was quite special because it had like facial features. So one of the eyes of Shiva was bleeding. So what did Karnapa do? He took his eye out and he put it in that portion. Then the other eye started bleeding. So Karnapa put his toe to feel where the eye is, and then he was about to take out his eye and put it in that. But before he did that, Bhagwan Shiva came and blessed him with the vision of both eyes. So this is something so radical. Even that we criticize, but the way people worship, we are so fond of criticizing, but we don't know. We don't know what's in their hearts. One time, this is a true story. It's a true story. I think this was shared in our Devi group, that in one of our Swamiji's classes, one lady used to dress up for satsang with full accessories. Full accessories. She would dress up really, really well for satsang. Okay, that Swamiji's thinking now, it's a satsang. Why are you going to dress up so much for a satsang? It's a place of simplicity, of modesty. And one day he asked her, and she said, I'm dressing up for my Krishna. So this is why I do this. Because I feel that he's my Krishna and I have to dress up for Krishna. You see? So devotion is something we can never judge, and we should never judge. The simplest things are the most profound ways of devotion. There was a little kid. She would go in front of Bhagwan, and how would she worship? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Every day she would go and worship like that. And the Panditji said, why are you worshipping like that? She said, because all these letters are all I know. And my prayer to Bhagwan is, you arrange my life in whatever letter you want, whatever way you want, and I will take it. I see. So just simple ways for us to cultivate this devotion is what Bhagwan seeks or desires. Now, deeper meaning of this verse. Here, Patram symbolizes Jnana Yoga. Jnana Yoga. Patram, because Patram, our scriptures were written in palm leaves. Pushpam symbolizes Bhakti Yoga, because love is something that makes us fragrant. And whenever we love somebody, usually we give flowers. Pushpam, Bhakti Yoga. Phalam, Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga, because let go of the fruits of action, right? And all fruits, there's something bitter inside. Oh, you take the apple, it's so nice and sweet, but there's a bitter seed there. Take an orange, also nice and juicy, there's a bitter seed there. So most fruits will have something bitter in there to tell us that you think the results are sukham, they're joy, but inside there's dukkham. So that phala is Karma Yoga. And that toyam is Raja Yoga or Ashtanga Yoga, because water symbolizes thought flow. And Raja Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga is the yoga of concentration. So what are we doing here? We're offering our fruits of action. We're offering our fruits of action. We are offering our individuality with Bhakti Yoga. We're offering our distracted mind with Raja Yoga. And we're offering our ego with Jnana Yoga. We're offering everything. Because that's how realization takes place. Realization takes place when we actually offer ourselves. There's one verse that will clarify this. It's a very beautiful verse in Sadarshana. Okay, I'm going to share it with you here, and then I will explain it to you. This is from Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi Ji's Sadarshana. He says, Atmanamiksheta param prapashyet ityagamukte sulabho nabhavaha natmaiva drishyo yadika katheshe swayam tadanni bhavanam tadiksha. It says, Atmanam iksheta, see the self. Param prapashyet, see the supreme. Iti agamoktehe, this is what is said in our scriptures. Sulabho na bhavaha, this is not easy. Na atmaiva drishyaha, the self is never seen. Yadika katheshe, so Ishwara can never be seen because Ishwara is the self. Swayam tadanni bhavanam tadiksha. Oneself becoming food is seeing him. Oneself becoming his food is seeing him. So what is this saying? That ego, Bhagavan says in this verse, Ashnami, I eat. That ego has to become food for Bhagavan. It has to become pulverized. So what happens in Karma Yoga is that all of our doership, our enjoyership, all of that becomes pulverized. It becomes pulverized. And therefore, we can offer that as food to Bhagavan. When it comes to Bhakti Yoga, all of our ownership, our idea of individuality, that I exist apart from Bhagavan, that I am somebody without Bhagavan, that individuality, it becomes pulverized. And in Raja Yoga, that whole distracted mind, that vikshepa, the thoughts going here and there, becomes pulverized. And in Jnana Yoga, that ego itself, of even seeing separateness between me and Bhagwan, that gets pulverized. And when it gets pulverized, then it dissolves into that reality. When it says it becomes food, meaning we make the ego so small, so subtle, that it dissolves into reality. That's how Sri Ramakrishna says that it is like the salt dal merging into the salty ocean. That's what happens. That is the vision of truth. The vision of truth is not that I see Atma or I see God as something else different from me. No, it is that I dissolve my entire ego so that only God remains. So, through all these yogas, all these four things, they symbolize the yogas. We dissolve ourselves and make ourselves so incredibly subtle that the self alone remains. Ashnami, the self alone remains. That is symbolized by eats. When you're making chutney, you have to cut all the ingredients, cut the ginger, cut the leaves, cut all of these things, and then you put them into the blender, and then you mix it, you grind it, you powder it, you have all of that. But what's the point if nobody eats the chutney? Right? So what's the point if we pulverize this ego but we don't dissolve into the self. So by doing this, Bhagavan says, Yo me bhaktya prayachati. The one who does this with love, tad aham bhakti upahritam. That which is offered with love, ashnami, I eat. Prayatatmanaha, of the one who is purified. So this is the simplicity of worship, but at the same time, this is the depth of worship. So the simplicity of worship is creating a relationship with Bhagavan by offering a flower, a fruit, water, whatever it is. And the depth of worship is offering oneself to Bhagavan and dissolving that relationship itself, realizing that we are one. Right? So this is how the verse can have two meanings. And of course, there's the beautiful part of all of this is whenever we do offer something, it does get energized. We talked about this a little bit last time, right? Any water that we offer, any food that we offer, it does get energized. And when we take that, it actually heals us. Now, Bhagavan says, you can deepen your relationship with me, not just by offering a fruit, a leaf, water. You can deepen your relationship with me by offering everything to me. Offer everything to me. And this is now the next verse. Let us see verse number 27. Yat karoshi yadashnasi
यत्करोषि यदश्नासि
yajjuhoshi dadasi yata
यज्जुहोषि ददासि यत्
yattapasyasi kaunteya
यत्तपस्यसि कौन्तेय
tat kurushva madarpanam.
तत्कुरुष्व मदर्पणम्
Yatkaroshi yadashnasi yajjuhoshi dadasi yata yattapasyasi kaunteya tatkurushva madarpanam. So he says, Yat karoshi, whatever you do, Yat ashnasi, whatever you eat, Yat juhoshi, whatever you offer in sacrifice, Tadasi, whatever you give in charity, Yat tapasyasi, whatever you practice as austerity, O Kaunteya, Tat kurushva, you do it madarpanam, as an offering to me. So whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer in sacrifice, whatever you give in charity, whatever you practice as austerity, O Kaunteya, do it as an offering to me. So first, we'll start with simple meaning, and then we look at the deeper meaning. Yat karoshi, whatever we do. Meaning, what actually action can we offer with Bhagwan or to Bhagwan? Our dharma. So whatever we are doing as our dharma, as our daily duties, that offer to Bhagwan. Nobody has to change jobs and be in a certain position and be in a certain status. No, wherever we are, that offer to Bhagwan. And it's very, very simple. When we live life with a deeper vision that I am serving this world as God, then it's very easy to offer our actions unto Bhagwan. So if you take two doctors, Dr. A, you ask Dr. A, why are you working? I am working to make a lot of money. I'm working to make a lot of money. I'm working, just to make a living. I'm working to connect with other people. This is the vision for working. And therefore, because that doctor wants to make a lot of money, they might maybe be corrupt a little bit. They might overcharge the patients. They might share things or tell the patients to do things which are really not required because their main vision is money. I have to make money. And as a result, people come to find out and they don't come to this doctor anymore because they realize that he's about money. But when we take the same field, the same profession, somebody who is in the field of medicine, saying that I'm in this field to serve others, to heal others, to help others. My aim is not to protect my ego, to make money, or to do all of these things. My aim is to really help other people, to serve others. And when the aim is completely different, it's completely higher, everything just comes. Money comes, fame comes, patients come, because they see the genuineness of that person. So whatever we do, it can be our field, our career, it can be even in our own homes. Whatever chores we're doing, whatever, if we're cleaning our room, this is also an offering. We're cleaning the kitchen, this is also an offering. We're driving, this is an offering. Everything is an offering. We don't have to go to another country and do a lot of social work. Where we are, offer that. Yat ashnasi, whatever we eat, offer that. Meaning we chant Brahmarpanam, very robotically, Brahmarpanam, Brahmahavihi, Brahmagna. No, before we chant Brahmarpanam, bring that thought that Bhagavan, I'm eating this food, and may this food be used to nourish this body so that I can serve you. So I can serve you. I can see you in every single being and I can serve fully. At least bring that bhava that whatever I eat here, let this be so that I can nourish my body to serve you, to do better, to do good for the world. Yat karoshi, yad ashnasi, yad juhoshi, whatever we offer in sacrifice. Again, this brings into the point we talked last week that our puja, our japa, all of that, it's not about making impressions with other people and making sure that they see all of the things we're doing. It's about really my intention. When I am doing this puja, when I am doing this ritual, let me just offer my pure intention towards you. And in that time, when I'm doing puja or japa or doing a bhajan, chanting a stotram, let me just be present. Let me just be with you. Let me look at it as a time where it's our one-on-one time together. And I'm just committed to solely you. Yajjuhoshi. Dadasi. What I give. Now in chapter 17, we will see more of this. But when we tend to give things to people, we tend to give things that we don't need. Here, take, here, take, here, take, here, take. We tend to give things to people we don't need and we're so happily giving to them. No, we have to know the desha, the kala, and the patra. Desha means, is this the right space to give? Kala means, is this the right time to give? Patra means, is this the right person to receive it? Is this the right person to receive it? So, if we're going to give a lot of winter coats to a very warm country, that doesn't make sense. Right? If we're going to give somebody some summer things in peak winter, that makes sense. And if we're going to give to somebody who really doesn't need, it also doesn't make sense. When we give with the idea that that is also Bhagavan. We're not looking down at that person. That person's needy and so I have to give. That person is Bhagavan. that person is giving me an opportunity to give. And therefore, let me give this person as Bhagwan whatever this person needs, whatever this person requires. Tadasi. And what is the most beautiful thing that we can all give everybody? What is the thing that people really, really need nowadays? It's called attention. It's called attention. We're not able to give that to people nowadays because the mind is so soaked in so many, many things. But with the ones that are in front of you, with the ones that you love, look them in the eye, give them that attention. See Bhagwan in them. Tadasi. Yat tapasyasi. Whatever practice of austerity I am doing. Tapas means a practice of single-pointed concentration. So any practice that I take up that makes me focus my mind single-pointedly, that is called tapas. And this practice has to be hard. That's why it's called tap. Means it has to create some discomfort in me. It has to create some discomfort in me. It cannot be an easy practice. It has to be a little bit hard. And it's something that pushes me to my potential. So it can be a japa sadhana. It can be meditation sadhana. It can be chanting sadhana. But some sadhana to make the mind single-pointed is called tapas. So whatever tapas I'm doing, let it also be to worship you. Let it not be that I'm praying to you to get wealth. I'm praying to you to get other things in this world. Not because some people do that, right? But let this be just for you. I'm praying to you for you. I'm loving to love. So many times we are loving to receive. I'm giving you this so that you'll give me that. That's another reason why we give. I'm giving you this because I'm hoping you'll also return back that favor. That's why I'm giving. No, give to give. Do tapas to do. Work to worship. Eat to serve. Everything we do is an offering back. Because everything, after all, is from Bhagwan itself. Everything is from Bhagwan himself. One great Mahatma said, when we think deeply about bhakti, what is it that we offer Bhagwan? What is it? You're telling us yat karoshi. Everything you do offer to Bhagwan, but Bhagwan gave me all the potential by which I can do. You're telling me yad ashnasi, what I eat to offer to Bhagwan. Bhagwan gave me the whole of Mother Nature for me to make food. How can I offer to Bhagwan? You're telling me yad juhoshi, sacrifice. All the materials for sacrifice, that only is given by Bhagwan. The sadhana is given by Bhagwan. You're telling me yad dadasi, whatever you give, offer to Bhagwan. Everything that we received, our wealth, our homes, everything around us is from Bhagwan. The tapasya you offer to Bhagwan. How to do tapasya? All of that knowledge came from Bhagwan. What am I offering to Bhagwan? And that Mahatma writes, we are offering our mistake. We are offering our mistake. I thought this was mine and I'm offering it to you. I'm offering you this mistake. Please take away the sense of ownership. Take it away. Take away this ego. Take away this mistake. I thought this was mine. I thought I'm offering to you. But actually, all that I am doing is I made a big mistake. I thought there was me. Actually, there's only you. That is the real offering. I thought there was me. I thought I can do. There is only you. The reality is, I am nothing. I can do nothing. And you are everything. And that is called Bhakti. That's called Bhakti. Tat Kurushva Madarpanam. That's the offering. Right? So today we'll stop here. So this week, if we don't have any bhakti sadhana that we're doing, have one. Have one. That relationship with Bhagwan is priceless, I tell you. And yes, we can realize without bhakti, without these sadhanas, but it's hard. When we take up the sadhana of bhakti, jnana flows seamlessly. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshiji says, Bhakti is the mother of jnana. Because somebody who is nurtured by bhakti alone can come to jnana. So bhakti is the mother of jnana. All right. I'll say the closing prayer. Then if there are any questions, we can take that up. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.